The first thing is what is CL. Okay, before we customize the post processor, some important knowledge we need to understand. Okay, so what is CL data? This CL data is very important for us to modify the densify or MD5. What we call the modified post processing. Okay. CL data is a cutter location data. Okay. It's not only including the operation information, but also including the tool information, the machine information, window information. A lot of information is included in the CL file. Okay. So what is densifier? Densifier is a loop. Please remember, densify is a loop. Okay, so which provide the ZW Post to translate the CL file and densify. Okay, this is one densify. Okay, so what's post processor? This one you can see the ZW Post as the translator. We use to convert CL file to densify. Okay, and this will according to the loop in the densify. Okay, so what is MDF file? MDF file is a root we use to control CL file output. Okay. Let's see. This one. Okay. So when we convert the CL, why we need a post processor? Okay. So first thing is because different machine has its own format. Okay, so if we do not have a standard, if we do not have a post processor, so we may need to release different kinds of versions. For example, we need to, we have a finance machine. Okay, even a finance machine, finance CNC machine, there's also different type of format they have. So maybe we need to have a ZW3D version or a finance or ZWCAD version. So the processor, that means we can use a blender CL data and convert densify which can match the machine. Okay, that's why we need processor. Okay. So our target is that we use the CL file through the ZW Post, then translate to NC file. Okay, so we can see this one translation. Okay, so for example, when we need to translate Chinese to English, okay, so we have a translator, right? Okay, so this one, CNC file, you just can look as dictionary. Okay, this one is a dictionary. So this is the generator. You find words here, and you look at this dictionary. Find out the explaining and all file. Okay, so but CL file will be influenced by the MDF file. Okay, it's not influenced by the LCD, but also influenced by the machine or MDF file. For example, this one CL file. How to ZW Post translate file. Okay, so the rule is that it will be according to the sequence. For example, line by line. First thing, ZW Post will read this line first, then output the first line, then the second line, output the second bar, this one. Okay, so for example, when we read finish, okay, the keyword finish in the CL file, okay, then ZW Post. We find the function Yes, I will carry all the data. Also, okay. So, for example, now let's continue. So, we find there is a finished keyword in the CL file. Then the ZW post. We look for the identifier. Okay. Look for we have this function. Okay. Start finish and read this content. So the content is that print M02. Okay. Then the output M02. So in ZWCAD Post, okay, every prompt in every row in CL file will be translated to enterprise one by one. Okay, from the sequence or the sequence of post. Okay. Then let's see the CL file structure. No matter the NC file or the CL file, the structure is very similar. You can see that is the same. Okay. So we will have a start sequence. We will have a start sequence. In go back. Okay. So the start sequence it will include in the machine information and some code for the machine initial and some information for prepare for machining. So we will have a start sequence. Okay. Then all the things is done. Then we will pour out the tool. Okay. So the auto tool chain. So we will call out the first tool chain code. So we will have the first tool sequence. Okay. When the tool is called out, so we will begin the operation sequence. Okay. Tell the tool to go for G00, the rapid movement. Okay. Call the G01 for the cutting the movement. Okay. So we will have the operation. So after the first operation is finished, maybe we will have the two change. Maybe not. Maybe we will use the same tool to machine the second operation. Okay. So this tool the tool operation, tool change sequence for operation sequence is called in. Okay. And finally, when all the operation has been finished, we will have the termination sequence. Okay, so this one is the NCNCL file structure. So let's see. Okay. This is NC sample. Okay, look at this. Okay, here is a percentage mark. Here we will have one. Okay, we use these two marks to mark okay, and this one is the program name, a different type of machine. The root is different. Maybe in the part1. So the first line maybe needs to 1000. Okay, 0100. Okay, something like that. And the other one maybe not have this one. Okay, something like this one. The file name. Okay, or the answer file name. And the next one, okay, we had the initial port. We call the start the program. Okay, something like that. Use this code initial machine. And then we will have the tool change. Okay, the first here, and the spindle on. And then the first movement. Okay, as we know, the first movement the rapid movement. And we go to the first position. Okay, so also Also here we will have the lens compensation. Okay. Also here the pure lens compensation is also output. Also output the current. Okay. So here or here. Here this one we now on here from here is all these rows are the operation information. Okay, and then go to here. Okay, we will have the tool trends. Here's another tool. Here is another operation, and here is the combination of all the operations being done. So let's over the structure. Over to the structure. Structure will be that start sequence. First to the operations, operations, combination. We need to have a good understanding of the NC or civil structure. It's very important. Okay. When we really understand the structure, more easy for us to find out where we need to modification. So please pay attention to these page. Remember the CMC file. Okay, let's see the CL command. So the CL command, the format will be like that. Command command. Okay, for example, this one. Here is the CL file sequence. Okay. So for example, here use the window command as a reference. The spindle we call it the command command. Okay. So you have several parameters. Okay. Parameters. Okay. So this one, the parameters can be string parameters, number parameters. Okay. So this one is the zero format. Okay. So let's see some. Okay. So when we use the MDF or use the density file to modify the post processor, we need to use some commands to use. So the dynamic not better like this one is the repeat movement or the dynamic movement. We call it movement. We also have the same command. Use the go to. Okay. So if we have 3 axes post processor, so we only have the S, Y, Z. We don't have I, these 3 parameters. Okay. Only have the S, Y, Z. Okay. So this difference. And this one is arc movement. For arc movement, we only have one row. Okay. Each arc movement we will have a pair command. Update arc movement. This one is to define the start point, and this one is to define the end point. Counter clock direction or clock direction. And the spindle speed. So we will have 3 parameters: direction and iterate. Also the same unit variable current. Okay. So you see these words, you need to understand what does this word mean. Okay. The current moves on. Okay. So for example, the current we will have the mist, the graph. We also have the air, some different kind of current. Okay, this one we also have the trend. the tool chain use the low. Okay, so you have the tool ID. So go to the ZWCAD file. You can see the function load tool. Also have the tool ID. So this one is, and then see some chain code. Those chain codes will use frequently. Okay. So for example, the registration we use D00 is to this code. Okay. And the limiting D01 argument we have the two directions, so we have the code D02 or D03 and the window speed. Okay. So the first thing is the speed S presents speed M03. That means clock direction. Okay. So we also have another code you need to remember M05. That means the spindle off. We use the M05. Okay, okay. In front systems, M08 we use to open the box. M09 the current one. Okay. And the change normally was D01. D01 is the tool ID number, and M06 means is the word for the transfer tool. Here some
大家还不说话的，先把那个声音静一下。
Normally we have three history for the lens compensation, 41 for the radio compensation, 4K for the compensation of the compensation. And we also have another important code, and 3 of this one means all the operation. Okay. Another sense I want to tell you is that in the machine segment here, something we can set. Okay. As you know, different kinds of machine, maybe the extension name is different. So we only need to go to the machine, double click here, and then we will jump up the panel here, and then you can see we will have an extension. Here you can change the extension name here. And another two things is that the output. Okay. So if we only want the arc in SY frame, you need to check on this option. Yes. If you want all the arcs in those frames, you just check the option yes. Okay. And this two for 3 axes, we do not need multi-axis. So if one no house, and if we use the 4 axis or 5 axis machine, and you cannot open this option, it will jump out some error message. Okay, so you need to open this one. Okay, open this axis. Okay. So here is the question tag. Any question? Any question? No. How about you, Eric? Alex, do you have any question? Okay. Accurate work here.
没大家听到吧？那个主要是那个导程，这边听到吧？还有对时那边。 OK， 看到题目啊。
The rapid means the rapid speed. How to control the rapid speed. Alright.
那本来是一个临时的，跟那个 Chris 跟那个同学在那个华为的那个 case 里面的。那目前有一个案例就是现在判断这个情况，这个实验实际上有没有满足这个要求，或者就是说对比其他的软件这个质量前期能达到别的这个对标实验等等的质量等等这个这个态度做实验的质量端了，把一个检测力行不行？是不是可以？说一下我们这边的一些分析出来的一些理解一点，大家可以还是主要的是希望就是说基于这个去结论对我的理解方向里面的我们的现在的问题和我们的系统。
I need to have a chat. Even if this option. So sorry about that. I think maybe it's referred to the state rating. Maybe I'm not sure. So yeah.
首先，G 2连续举例，
Yeah, I will check and reply you later. I'm so sorry about that. I didn't notice that we have this option because even I modified quite a lot of processes. I didn't use this option. Sorry.
Okay, one more point.
Okay.
You're right. Because, for example,
Sorry, I didn't get the point. Can you repeat again?
Okay. I doesn't like them to change. It's possible to make them
Okay, so you want to make all the same as configurations. Not every time to make select another options. You want to fix it. Yes. Once you select the thing, you fix it. It will not change. You will remember the last time what you have said. Next time when you open a new file, maybe use the last use option when you say it last time.
it's possible to make them not available.
Not available to you. This option.
如果来验证这个，直接用，因为全是大力的话，
I try to finish this one. I'm not sure we can finish this training, okay? Because
看一下 chat， 看一下 chat。
yes. Okay. So what is it? Okay. Okay. Okay, Ryan, I understand that. So this one we have different lessons. I will introduce some one by one. The details I will also introduce. Okay, no worries. Okay, you need to learn it step by step. Okay, I will introduce just as the structure. I tell you that we will introduce more details about the MDF later. Okay. Okay, let's continue. I try to finish this one. So today, here is the outline of the lesson 2. Okay, how to edit a post processor and try that. So we have two methods to modify the post processor. One is the web page, and the other one the first one, we only need to modify some very simple things, something change the program, or change the window type, and or the tool change the type. Maybe we can use the web page. And the other is just to use this one. And this one, you can see here, she's a picture for the MDF files. This one is for the CNC files. Great. Okay. Just as I tell you, the MDF file is used to control the CL file generation. And this one will implement
刚才G 一测的话，让大家它是
Okay, so start and end program. So, do you remember the CL and NC structure? Okay. The structure we will have a start program used for the initial the machine. Okay, so we can input all the code needed. You can ask the customer what is the start program it is, then input into it. Also the end of the program. So how to go into this page? Let me show you. So we will go into here, output ZW3D Post. Okay, and then here you need to select a post. Okay, but for example, we can go to here and print this one, then we go into this page, and we can start to modify the post processor. Okay. One thing I need to suggest you is that if you want to make a post processor for your customer, please go into the directory, and here the GS file is below the directory, and we have the ZW Post. So all the GS files will be put into this directory. Okay, so for example, I want to modify one. Okay, make a copy first. Ensure this time you can use the original base to modify the new post processor to the customer. Please make a copy first. Okay, so here.
这个减号肯定 K2 或者 K1 肯定有一个在后面，去绝对的号，它就是 K1 跟 K2 取2这个
Okay, the start program
去对减 K1 K1 K2 K1 加 K2 再加上再推出来再减去，那么所以推后面的两者运作环节是
Okay, then after
那么再推回一个
现在也算是
打角的数字
Okay, yes.
方便一点
Okay, so let's see here.
变成导数的话就是 r 分之一减 r 分之一 r 2分之一对值除以2。
Oh, sorry, I didn't.
这样你可以算，这是对。现在把它按这公式套入60%算出来是大家可以算一下，这个是世界上的6.7
And let's open the GS file. So this one is the GS file. All the operations in the web page edit will record the result in the GS file. Okay, that means you use another method to modify the ZNC file directly. Okay, because in the ZNC file is only some code. Okay, it's not easy for you to find out the right positions. So use the web page to provide a user interface for you to modify the things more easily. But of course, if we need to change the logic of the post processor, so we did a web page not do the same. So we need to use the MDF file. Okay, so just as you see here. Okay, if we want to modify this one as the start program, so we have here have a variable. So this one we call the variable. So all the things is saved into this start program variable. So we want to check where to output this one. Okay, we can copy this one. See. So we will have a function. Okay, when we call the function initial config function, you will see here if we decree this variable. So all the things will output in here. Okay, but no worries. I will introduce more details next lesson. So this lesson, I just want to know how to use the web page to modify the post processor for some simple case. Okay, so let's continue. Okay, so the same and we also can find modify it, recreate, modify it, and submit. Okay, it's more easy if I give the ZNC file to you and I do not have any introduce maybe and you're not familiar with the ZNC file structure. It's not easy for you to find the right positions. Okay, so for the new guys, the fresh guys, I suggest to use the web page first. After after some practice, you can start from the MDF or the ZNC modification. All the things. Okay. Another one is the part number. Okay. So for some FANUC systems, the part number will be you must fix the number, something like that. Or 1, 0, 0. You can change it in the part number. Okay. Here's the part name. For the part number word. O and the value will be 1000. Okay. So how to output this one? Okay. The first thing is that we have the 3 options. If we do not need the part number output, the first line is one. Okay. You just need to check on this option enable part number of this one. So this is the output. And if you want to use the NC file name here we can change the name. So if we output an operation, okay, if we directly use the operation name as the CL file name here, the output. Okay, for example, okay, now we have 2 operations and we want to output these 2 operations together. Okay, the output here, output. So you see if you have the file name NC, so you call out NC. So if the operation name for NC, it's more easy for us to recognize what this operation is for. So we can change the name here. Right click, rename. Okay. It's fine for wrapping, for example. For wrapping, operation. Okay. And you can output it. See here, output operation. So you will see here the O is not necessary. Okay, so how to use the O? Over to here.
刚好在它范围，就是说，如果一个1%90%到
Just delete it. Just delete it.
至少 Quill
Delete. Okay, close it. Upper again. So you see the
本身能
O
理解吗？
is deleted.
所以记住这个。
Okay, so where is it? Where is it? In the DNC file. Okay. Okay. So number.
那这时候可以大概算出来606个，测出来就是1.0。
Here, part number is 1. So they also have different variables to record all the things.
明显是已经脱离了，
No matter you can input in here directly, and you also can
那所以
input
它就
in the web page. Okay, the same.
最大的。
So let's see. We also have the other option.
所以 S 的参考。
Okay. And if you want to output the sequence number, you only need just check on this option. Okay. So in the ZNC files, so it uses the 0 and 1 to record is check or off. Okay, 0 that means it's off, and 1 that means it's on. Use the 0 and 1 to distinguish this operation is on or off. Okay, and in the other functions, we will check one of these variable values the conditions and determine what we need to do. Next process. So this one is the macro. Okay. So it's easy. Okay. Kind of command will be output. Okay. So you can see here. This one is the command from. Okay, command. Okay. So how to generate? Why we generate such a command? Okay. And this thing we can control in the MDF file. Okay. So in the MDF file we will have the key print. Okay. Every key print check on this option. Output command from. So all the things will be output in the NC file. Okay, let's continue. Just wait a moment.
已经在那个范围。但 Quill 的参考就是必须在，如果另外一个是另外一个曲度，但是一定要在95到100这个。就它是尽量的严谨，它的要求是高刚好中准，就是刚好是0.0，没错吧？一减95，那么要
Okay, let's see the command block here. Okay, let's go back here.
就是我刚好
Here. So we can output the CL file. Okay, you can see here. Here we have quite a lot of key prints. So every row will be recognized as the document because you can see in the JNZ file Okay, so you will ask this, you will call the preprint function, and then output the order things here. Okay, so this process is the first, if we do not familiar with the page,
那么有一方来算计算查询结论的方法。所以我们就现在变成 S 这个参考的指背，所以我们先要讲的话，一个是
here I introduce something about the maybe you can understand why you use the logic, why you output the system like that. No worries, I will introduce more details in the later lesson. Alright, I just want to let you know where it is and how we can control it on the web page. Okay, so just give you some example to let you have some general idea about how MDF file works, how the CNC file works. No worries, I will introduce it again when we talk about the MDF file and also the CNC file. No worries. Okay, this one is from my blog. Okay. Yes. Yes. It will only change JNC file. Only the JNC file. Okay. MDF file is used to control the CL file generation. Okay, so okay. So we can see the the MDF file is used to influence the CL file generation, something like it will influence the source. Okay, and this one page. Okay, it's something like the dictionary. Okay, so it will influence the MDF file. Okay, this one, the block sequence here. You can change the word, and normally we do not need to change the word, but sometimes we need to change the start number from 100 or 1000. Okay, the English number might be 101. Okay. And this one is used to control the sequence number output or not. Okay, this is very simple. So let me just do this one. Investment. Okay. For example, you want to, the number maybe has 1000. The next investment number 1000. Okay. So if you want to introduce this, you cannot modify it here. We need to write a new logic. For example, every time when I output the sequence number, I will have a condition compare. Okay, if the number reach to 1000, I will call another function to put the, maybe we will renew the start number, or maybe we output a message, something like that. We need to write a new logic in the JNC file. You understand what I mean? Okay. So I maybe.
不要看码线，我们要送回来。我们看码线只是改装上面，我们现在要升级它一个算法。你斑马线都是最好的改斑马线。如果你是说理论数学没做对，你查 查的，对吧？我给你改这个查询应用就行了。改的你虽然做的里面底层算法是没达到，给你改的。现在这个所以你最后到达后码呢，后面这里完全没有关系，斑马这里还是有事的。当你这个命令能够准确的时候，但是我们现在还有
Yes, no mismatch. But we can have a mismatch. For example, every time I will set, maybe I will add a new.
斑马线是因为 code
For example, every time I will set
以为我们是对
a new condition.
我们现在就把斑马线给他们看，但是我们要跟研发来推进他们这个。
Then I will set the start and check. Then
他们只是很那个，他们就不以为我。
so I can set a new star number to it. For example, my star number will be 1, am I right? So
然后说他的算法，那撇开这个，就算你这个 case，
which one?
其实也没达到。我跟你说
This is the very end. Okay, no
只是我
problem.
们这里查询呢，
Yeah, the same. Yeah, for example, I just give you an example. Okay, no problem. So, for example, okay, every time, okay, we will have a condition. Compare if the condition is true or false. If this one is true, so I will set the number. So it will go again. Maybe I will write a real one for you. Okay. I will write a real one. How to control? I just need to. I need add some. Add some project that achieve the target. Okay.
就说，所以我当时就说，我为什么不能查这个评分？你如果有个区域偏差非常大，那有个区域非常小，拉低你的就是贫富权差异，所以误以为达到。但实
So
际上，
if you use the web page, because here we do not have any English logic phrase, so only things we only just input the star number, the number increasement. Okay.
我们现在用的是它你看到没有？它最小最有明显的
For instance,
其他的
we also offer
其实查出来结果跟
Okay, define the machine functions. Here is the same thing. We can
它也
change
是查最大的
the G code.
最大的
Okay.
达到
So repeat ones, we can input the 00.
好像是80
01. If the machine uses another code, you can just input the code here to change it. Okay.
也就是这个
And also the format output or
就
output.
相当于有局部的区域
Here is
在另外一边的这个是
we have the word direction. Okay.
你看，就算它最小
For this one, we have the SYZ, SYIZ,
还是跟
IZ.
S 这个区域
Right?
比
So
较下
if we want to change another mode, okay, we also know what IZ. Great. Here, how to change it? How to change it?
相似。
So here, the format will embrace the output here. This one is parameters. Okay. So we go to here. If we want to change the IJ to 1, we need to do it.
因为你这个本身就很小，你采样，这个采样去用的很大的话，你可以采。你如果是大的面积更大一点，这个对本来手玩上面可以想到，采样它就报0.5它就是说至少另外一边假如是100的情况下，另外一边是60。但是你现在都没发现，可能有可能一边这是100%，后面有 算了一个参考按6这个情况，如果是100，另外的比率基本上要大于等于90，因为还认为是小于。如果是2位数的话，就是如果另外一边是10，另外要大于等于这个。你认为
？OK，
而且你这个手环，我认为用因为它可能是一个距离大概是10左右。
Okay, all the same. Then from here,
950到1000
from the ZNC file.
在这个小于。
So that's why I need to express the structure in the ZNC file. Here you can find it. Okay, and you need to understand the logic. Okay, otherwise it's not possible for you to find the post processing.
但是你看啊，就是它刚才已经小于0.5一定要有些区，但是它已经有0.2。
So you need to. So that's why you need to have. I will tell you how to find the value, how to check it, what it is. So no worries. I also will tell you. You ask quite a lot of functions. It's about the knowledge in the next lesson, not in this one. So at this one, I just want to give you some simple case. Okay, if with some simple case you want to change, so you can use this method. And okay, here we have a question. Okay, just as I tell you, if you want to change the format here, okay, from the SYZ IZKF to SYZR, so we can input the R here directly. So this is the method. So and my question is that, so if we want to change the format, so we only need to change the parameter in here. The answer is no, because Z02 and Z3, okay, it's very common to use these two formats. It's very common, so we already prepared in the GNC file, so you can use it directly. So other formats, for example, SYZ, and we need to add another parameter, maybe add something like that. We cannot use it directly because every parameter we want to use, we need to definition it first. Okay, remember my words. Definition the parameter first, then we can use it. Okay, so this is the thing. So the code, okay, no problem. You can change it directly. Okay, but the parameters, if you refer to some logic, so if you want to change it, please use the GNC file. When you create the logic, you can add another logic into the parameters. Okay, and this one is for the model. Okay, this one you can see here. Let me use okay, for example, this model, for example, I output Z00. Okay, the next one is also a Z00. Okay, so this one, these two lines also the same use the repeat movement. So in the first row we have Z00 code here, but in the second one we do not have the Z00 code because it has been set to model. What does model mean? Model means if the next row we have the same values, it would not output it again. So the same value will be expressed. Okay, something like that. So this one, we in this row we have the Z1 100, and this row we have the Z14. Okay, so that means they have the same as Y value. So we only output the different value. The Z value is different, so we can understand. So the movement will be like according to the DSS new data. Okay, so it's more easy for us to understand the movement. Okay, so the output is expressed. So if we do want to express all the things, how to do it? Okay, the thing is that what we need to do is this one is mode. That means if we feed another same variable, so if we skip it, we express the output the NC file. If we want to output everything in the NC file, just check out this model. It's okay. Okay. So it's about how to define the NC function. I didn't get the point. For example, not case model. Do we have such the real case for this one? Some need the model. Uh-huh. 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 Okay. So we can use, for example, they in some cases they have the model, in some cases they do not have the model. Am I right? So they also have some conditions to judge them which one use the model, which one do not use the model. Am I right? Okay, so they have some conditions. So we can, for example, we can according to the conditions to write down the model. Okay, for these conditions we can check, but not here. Not here. It also related here. Related here. Okay, so if you set it, so we have a yes. So we have a, so for example, if you use the if statement, if the we can set to here. Another one set to 0. So use this one to control it on off. Okay. So we need to create a new object. Okay. Let me introduce this one. The first properties. Okay. You can see here. Here's the words. We do not care. But the next one. The decimal. Decimal is important. Okay. Of course, for some data they do not need. They do not have decimal. For example, okay, the code G00. They don't will have the G00.5 something like that. So it do not need a decimal here. But the value, the Y value, we need a decimal. So we put in here. Okay. So and this one, the digit. What does this mean? Okay, we can see here A.0. Okay, so what does it mean? A.0 that means that before the decimal decimal we have a number, and here after decimal mark 0, that means we do not have any numbers here. Okay, so we only can input the and this one S1. Okay, so we have 4.3. What does it mean? That means we input a value, something like I need export.
比如说你用的 extension， 对吧？只有一级的小
Okay, so for A.0, okay, so for example, I have H word. I only can input that means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we do not have a decimal after here. We have a decimal. We can input the number before the decimal. A. Okay, and if we have the 4.3, okay, that means what does it mean? That means before the decimal point, we can have 3 words, 1, 2, 3, or something like that. Maybe this it has 3, that means we can have 1, 2, 3, something like that. Okay, so it's the format means. Okay, so this is 4.3. How about 4.3? How about 4.2? That means that we can input something like that. Only 2 numbers behind the decimal word. Okay,
就应该要把前面要打的题目必须是基本的
decimal
不可能我需要一个举例比较
0. This digit will specify the moment when the value is 0. For example, this one.
那你也不能
Okay,
see
here, the
把这拉开就行了
the 0 is correct, 0, 0,
或者我这两个字
Otherwise,
这个也是
you get a number and the 0, but not 0, 0. Okay, if we input the 0 here, and the number will be 0, 0, 0. So the code G
要么你需要你必须前面的条件要相同
this one use output the format while the value is 0. And this one, delete the number. Okay, this very clear to understand. That means before the decimal point, okay, how many zeros you input? For example, of course, if you include in the same number, for example, here we have the Z01, right? So if we set the little number with n, that means we can output the Z01. We only can output the Z1, okay, because this is the lead number that we can set to true. Including the exactly number, we can have the number here. So if we have 3 here, okay, also here this moment we have to choose 0, the lead number we set to 3, so we can get the number Z001, okay. This is the lead number, zero number is the same, that means how many 0 we can add.
对吧？继续就这样
Okay.
在这里面
So if we check this number, the class number 100, we do not have anything. In the here, we check all this sign. Even in the class number,
那这种如果没有条边界限制的，
here,
它其实肯定会贴出来的。验肯定还是要人家做边界面才验啊。我之前发给你那个群边的那个检测质量的那个是的
okay. We have the number sequence. We want to use by 10 by 10 by 10. We increase here. The formula. Okay, formula sometimes we will use it. So we need to change the value. For example, we want to change the millimeters. We want to change the inch to millimeters. Use this expression. The question mark means current value. The original value. If you use the question mark, and the other is the expression what you want to input. Okay, and you also can use the function. The function. Please remember that.
我们现在是去我确定
Question mark means current value.
也是连续的，也是像我们一样用去一样。它只能里面有高斯高斯它是等于高斯，它是每一点所有的相交线，因为每一点上面是会出现很多个那个相交平面的，然后那个最大值也小于它长度。
Marco language. Based on the Marco language. Okay, so even if based on the Marco language, not all the Marco language is achieved in our post processor. It just use some of them, not all of them. Okay, so some functions we cannot use the post processor. Okay. Okay, so define the word property is very important. It will influence the output of our word. So please remember things. What does this okay, it's also the same. Okay, the output format. Okay, the start character and end character are required. Maybe it's not necessary just the numbers are different. Okay, and these two the first street of the problem. What does it mean? Is every row. If necessary, you can add a map here in the beginning and end. Okay, because some machines they use some special characters to the information is complete or not. So sometimes we use some case. Another thing zebra compared to this two this one every code we have a space between this code. So this one is easy for us to read. Okay, this one is not. So how to control it? You can use this one delimiter this one. Okay. 是我之前space here. Get the result like that. This one, the code between the value and the code. C characters between the code and the value. This one, I use this one. We can change. This one is very easy to understand, am I right? Okay, if you want to the T1 and M06 in different rows, this one, M1, you want to get them rows, this one. It's very easy to understand. The logic logic。
它其实对比一下我们这个 inventor 这个 NS 的这个，它的内部确实
repeat only the repeat output。
至少从单码上来说，看上去它都是都是光顺的，但是它那个斑马线的形状是由来跟很多的组件，还有一点，
some cycle. For example,
为了适应边界，
you will have a cycle. Okay? For ZA81 or we have another here we have GA84 or something like that. Something like that. This is a intended cycle. Okay, we can output all these things as a cycle. For some very old time machines, okay, very old time machines, they do not have the handling cycles for the previous cycle. So we use the Z01 and Z02 to express the whole machine cycle. We need this case. We just need to check out this one. Right cycle. That means we need all the code using Z01 and Z03 to output the code, not the other things. This two is the same. It's the same. We have the same operations, but you can see yes, the same. From this one, the code here. We only have one. We have three rows. I use a very simple case. I say okay. And some machine they will support the high-speed machine control. Okay, so here we have the operator set. If the machine support the high-speed machine control, we can support this Z0551 support all these high-speed machine control will be output by here. If we have the start, this means that the high-speed machine control on this also will be code. Okay. So you need the rocket right when the code normally when we open this one, okay, we do not change the trigger. So the high-speed machine control should be on. Only when even the operation is off. This high-speed machine control on. Until you change another when another network okay. Customize how to check it. So you need to have a logic where it should not. Okay. So the last one I want to introduce packaging. What is the question?
其实这个例子当然是我们认为通过比较明显，是因为我们还是设计包括材料，它实际上也给
No.
也就是说，
太准。
其实这个来源
The moment no. Okay.
更难理解，
The customer need to set it by himself.
这个可能
He need to have a draft. You need to judge it. It need to use the high speed with control or not. Okay. If you want to set it, yes. If you want to set a logic, so it's another sense. Okay. It's another sense. We can, of course, we can set write a logic. Okay, for example, if the tolerance is bigger than 0.1, the high-speed machine control should be on. Some logic like that. Yes, of course we can. Okay, but you need to define it first. Okay. Is it clear? Both Alice and John, are you clear? What I'm talking about? Yes. Yes. John, yes.
老师，
Yes.
你接下来的方向是先查询是结合你验证，目的没有压力和验证，热是达到了，但是区域里面的跟你的情况没有这样的。
Oh, that means you only have one.
那你就这个是查询是，如果做到第二了，你先不查第二，你先去查这两个是不是对？如果这两个词是对的话，永远都是小于这个证明它不长在这个命令里面的区
That
域
means
区域
the customer only have a C driver.
然后再去质疑它第二个查询不具备参考。参考时间
He only can. Yeah, I understand. But she cannot directly to read modify the data in the file folder, but she can copy the data and rewrite the data. Alright. So she can copy. So she needs to copy. Moment. Yeah, understand. No. No. Okay, it only can push. I understand. So the customer she only have the D driver, the D driver and the driver, and they maybe have some problems. Okay, I got the idea. I will talk to the guys. Maybe we can set another post. But how to say? For example, your customer do not need to modify the post processor, and the customer do not have the capability to modify it. Every time is that we, maybe not we or you, has point. Then even the okay, I understand. you do not have the authority to put the file into the profile. Okay, I got it. I got it. Even write the data is not possible.
Yeah, I indicate the file.
Okay. 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 Got it. I will report this issue to the Andy guys. Uh-huh. I will try. I will try to convince the Andy guy to add a new option, something like that. But to say, if the customer buy a software, okay, maybe all the settings should be used the administrator to use it settings. For example, the administrator needs to write the data, so every user can modify the data. I'm not quite sure it's necessary or not. We can discuss it later. Okay. I know at least I know the issues, and I will try to convince the Andy to do it. But we can discuss more details. Okay, because the Andy guys will also ask us. So why we need to add this option? We can discuss this later. Okay. I understand. Okay. So the last one, Windows. Okay. Okay. So Office window we have 5 formats. Okay. You always the speed first and the code later, or the code first later, or in a different lines, or it should be follow the ZW code. Okay. So it also does that. Okay. So when we go into the this function, okay, we will read this one. Okay. One direction. How to control this thing? So you can see here is the expression 0. This is 1. Okay. 1. Okay. So you can see it will control by this variable. Okay. System speed output positions. Okay. So you can see here. If the system speed output position is 0, that means check on this option, that means the position will be set to 0. Then if we go into this logic, so we go to the if statement, okay, and then we print the S variable, okay. I will tell you the ing from S what does this mean. And then we go to the next one to check on another single person. Okay, this one is the MG window is used to control. This one is a model or a model. Use this condition to adjust it. Okay, then output the same. This XPCC this one is reset the high speed machine control. Something like that. Okay, so this is an example of how we control the output speed. So we can do quite a lot of things in web edit. Okay, so you even can tell the customer because it's quite simple. You do not need to tell them the logic, but tell them what they can do. But for you guys, I will introduce not only I will use this method, I will introduce more details about the MDF and intensify. But we will have next lesson. Okay, we have lesson 3, so lesson 4. Okay, to introduce the MDF and the intensify and the sample. So Today, all the things I want to introduce have been finished. I will show you some. I will tell you the structure, something like that. How the MDF file runs the CL output. Okay, the CL file charge you have to cut. One, some variable is controlled by the MDF data, and some controlled by the operation information. Okay, and how them include each other, and some question and answer some question like that. And how to modify it by put it in the MDF file. Also the DNC file so the test. But all the sheets will be in this lesson. Okay? So here, yes, all the things that I will tell you. Okay? The same day, next Wednesday. Next Wednesday. Okay, you can have a try all the things I tell you today. Use the web page to edit something. The same time, the same day. Next Wednesday, 2, maybe next lesson we need 2 hours to explain it. It's not easy to explain it. Okay. PM Beijing. Is it okay? Okay. Please just give me a variable down. We can discuss this in this group.